What's up, guys? What's up, guys? This is Noble Nick here. We got Silly Scaper in the background.
What's up?
And we are just looking at some of the Renegade cons stuff that they showed, the cards and whatnot. So, yeah. So we got ninjas coming up.
This is awesome.
That are Nastra's Nightmare Twilight Clan Riders. And all this stuff is coming in packs of 2 squads each, which is super nice. And all the figures look really cool too, and they're cheap. But like, look at the details. You got a little dust coming up off the tires and everything. So that's cool. We already did a video on that though, so I'm gonna try to just stop on all the cards, and we can look at that. So the bikers are a squad of 2. They're large 5, so they can avoid some things. They're only 55 points. They can move 8 spaces, 3 attack, 5 defense, and they have Phantom Ride. They can move through all figures and never take leaving engagement. A Twilight Clan Rider cannot move onto a space more than 3 levels above its own. So, I think that's more mobility than the Wraith Riders, but they can't like climb a mountain or whatever because they're a bike, so. But they're still really fast, and that won't affect them on like tournament maps. They're Utgar. They're obviously tricky ninjas. They can carry. So before moving normally with them, you may choose friendly, small, or medium ninjas adjacent to them. After you move the rider, you may place the chosen ninja adjacent to the rider. Figures may only be moved by ninja carry once per turn. So if you have a few squads and you got a couple heroes, the old or the new or some other squads, you can move them with this, and then once it's their time to take turns, they're already in the action. And not only do they have an attack of 3 that will probably be 4 a decent amount of time with 8 speed, but they also have this special attack where they could instead they can use that, and it says they may use this. It may target any figure that it moved through this turn regardless of engagement or line of sight. Figures never have height advantage against them when they use that before attacking normally. Oh, sorry, it says before attacking normally. Yeah, I was gonna say. So they can ride, and then they can basically run you over, do some damage with that, and then when they end their turn, they can still do their normal attack. So it's one of those. So even though you only get 2 guys, you can do up to 4 attacks, and it's only 55 points. So
they're pretty awesome.
yeah, and they look super cool.
The bikes look nice. They almost look like mini Isamus.
And they'll be easy to paint too if you want to paint them. So yeah. Let's see. What's next? I think that's next. Oh yeah, and the prices were only 35 or 55 for for 2 squads. Yeah. So then you got these Ular. Most of this stuff's Jandar and Utgar, but you got Ular here with you got a woman and a couple guys in the squad, and you have some human confident students, the students of Kalari Payet. Another historical type thing from somewhere else other than America. And
I believe
Europe.
It's India or
yeah, it's somewhere around there.
Northern India, kind of. It's in India area.
They have only 3 guys, but they have 6 move with 3 attack, 3 defense, 70 points. So that doesn't seem great, but they have reach, which gives them 2 range, as long as they're not too high or low. And then they also have, if they're attacking someone that isn't next to them, they get 1 extra attack, and they get an extra defense if they're defending against someone who's not next to them. So they can actually have higher than normal speed, higher than normal defense against range, higher than normal attack when they're attacking from 2 spaces. And you can also take height when you do that a lot of the time. And then the Urumi strikes, if they are attacking someone adjacent, they can attack multiple times. It says after each student attacks for the first time, if that student attacked an adjacent figure, that student may attack one additional normal attack against a different figure. So that's if they're getting surrounded or you run into a group, then you can get multiple attacks off. So if they're potting up, do that. If they're not potting up, just use reach and try to get some higher damage on them. So a lot like the monks, definitely different. And yeah, that'll be cool. They can avoid counter strikes and stuff. So what do you think, Alex?
I think they're going to be fun.
I also like Ular, so there's that. They got cool stances. They got cool mustaches, the guys. She has some cool clothes there.
Yeah, it's definitely India. I just can't think of where in India specifically. But.
So their prices were only $35 or $55 painted. Next we have Krampus. Now, I'm glad I got him unpainted because I'm going to be able to do a better job, but he definitely looks crazy. The art's neat. He can be a holiday character. Another demon. He's another large beast, so he can bond with Halachot, Halachot. So Halachot can bond with him and someone else now. Halachot can attack twice, send this guy in to attack for 4 or 5, and put somebody in his basket, and bond with somebody else. So that could be pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, this would be fun.
And basically he stuffs people in the basket for 15 or higher, if they're small or medium, and then if he dies, they have a chance to get out of the basket. Or someone else can pick up the glyph so that they can't get out. So, yeah. And if someone else has the basket, I mean, on the opposing team, then I believe they can just maybe not use it. Let's see here. Oh, wait. After Krampus takes 1 or more wounds from an attack, but is not destroyed, each player with 1 or more figures from their army on your Krampus's basket glyph card may roll a 20-sided die. If they get 13 or higher, they may place 1 figure that's in it onto an empty space adjacent to him. So, even when he takes wounds, he drops them out. So he's not super overpowered, but he can definitely mess up people's plans. Like if you got Knights and Gilbert, he could run up and grab Gilbert, and that really messes your plans up. So you just got to be careful around him. So yeah. He is 25. You can only get him on the Renegade site, painted. Now here's our only Vidar figure, but he does get somebody. And not only this, but his name's Dr. Torvik Morenstein, kind of like Frankenstein, but he is an elf scientist and wizard, so he can go in those elf-wizard builds where they power each other up on the Ular army. Or he could be in those scientist builds that are apparently building up now. Since he's available painted, I'm guessing that lightning clear thing there will be... Oh, where's my mouse? There we go. That'll be like clear if you get him painted, which is cool. Oh yeah, and I forgot he's missing that boot, and his masterpiece has his boot. So they each have 1. That's funny. But 40 points only for some okay range type stats. And he has a ton of power, so after, let's see. After an enemy figure is destroyed within 5 clear sight spaces of him or another friendly scientist or wizard, you may place a parts marker on this army card. Maximum of 3. It's alive once per game at the end of Dr. Twerk's turn. If his masterpiece is in your army and there are 3 parts on this guy's army card, you may remove them and place the masterpiece onto the battlefield next to him. And then Channel Lightning special attack is a range of 4 to attack. Choose a figure to attack. It can bounce to someone within 3 spaces, then it can bounce to someone within 2 spaces, like Quahan, but it starts weaker. So yeah. You roll attack dice once, and then they defend against it. So, neat.
It looks like the staff is like all like see-through, like lightning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can get painted to do that. Then you got his masterpiece, which is an unaffiliated character, like Thormund's guys, which is neat. He has good move, really good attack, really weak defense, but he's only 20 points. And he has Promethean Creature. He doesn't start on the board. He has to be summoned by Torvik, like we were just talking about. Unbelievable Rage. After taking a turn with a scientist or a wizard you control, you must roll the 20-sided die. If you get a 4 or higher, immediately take a turn with Morenstein's monster. So most of the time he can bond with them. Take it. If you roll 1 through 3, he does what Marku does. They can take a turn with him, which 5 attack is going to be rough if he does that. And then resolve. When rolling defense dice against normal or specials, he always gets an automatic shield, which is actually like rolling 3. So he actually has essentially 4 defense, 5 life. So he actually does have very good survivability, hits really hard, has high speed. For only 20 points, the only problem is you have to bring him, and then he might betray you. But that's pretty good for
anyone who's ever played Marku, it's pretty similar. So.
And this one's $25 only painted. Luckily, you don't have to worry about getting him unpainted because it'd be cool to have that Electro Staff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering if I made that mistake, but I didn't. All right, now you got... They're back.
Back again. No, I'm sorry.
Yep. So, the heroes and the squads. And the funny thing is, it looks like they're giving us the old card look and the new card look, which is cool. In case you want to play with your older guys, this is basically saying your older card and figures are allowed to be used. Now, if you have the dice set, this is a different set of dice and bag. So you can collect this just like you collected the other ones, which is neat. Here it tells you everything you get, which is everything you see here. Obviously, Alistair's great, and now he's more buff than he was.
He got jacked over the years.
and he got a fancier sword.
Oh yeah, that sword detail. That is actually a role model of a Claymore.
And his art's cool. He's standing in the wind and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gilbert looks pretty similar, but he looks a little better. And yeah, so they'll be great with knights, great with the paladins. The Frostclaw paladins can bond with them. So you got some options there. I love Alistair getting to attack twice and whatnot. This is either 45 or 55, and you get the dice and the figures, so pretty good deal.
It is.
Then you got the Knights.
The Knights!
Times 2. You get 2 squads. Now they're 80 points. You get both cards, the old and the new. The art's pretty cool there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they got their Coward's Reward and their Human Champion Bonding, so they can bond with the last 2 guys we saw. Or any other Human Champions that you have. Yeah, just as Human Champion, so it doesn't have to be Jandar. And then a Coward's Reward. Yep, that's the same as it was. You can roll 2 dice instead of 1 when people disengage. Nothing new there, but it looks like the shields are painted on instead of stickers. They don't have as much detail, but at least they won't peel off. And then the figures are slightly more detailed, just like everything else that's newer. So
actually, I love how the armor detail is actually real nice on them. So pretty accurate to a lot of actually real models and armor sets in history. So
35 for 2 squads is really cheap.
Yes, definitely getting that.
And then we got MechDurks 2.0. They look pretty similar again, but a little better. It might be a little buffer as well. Which makes sense because their attack can get up to like 7 with Alistair. So they can bond with human champions and they get more attack as their human champion is taking wounds. And Alistair can take up to 5 without dying. And he can even inflict himself. So they, however, can't attack their own champion, but since he can put them on himself or take wounds and retreat, these guys end up being a very high attacking, low defense squad, so you can just run out and do a ton of damage. So I like that. Let's move on. The price is the same, 35 and 55. You can see who's next. Zetacron. That art is really cool. He has like a blue eyeball showing up there. And he's got his normal stats. He's 60 points. He has a 8 range, 4 defense, 2 life. He doubles whatever he rolls for attack. So if you get him on height, that's almost like having an attack of 6 on whoever you're trying to hit. So he can be a great assassin into certain things. And he gets played competitively a lot. He will be 20 or 30. He'll be easy to paint. We got Deathwalker 10,000.
With a big gun.
We've known he's been coming for a little while. There's the art. Merciless Deathwalker instead of merciful like Raylan. So Deathwalkers, whatever their number is, they end up with whatever amount of defense. So he's 10,000, he gets 10 defense. And he has an ability, plating optimization, where he basically can't take any auto wounds from special powers. So, like, he can't take a wound from Sonlin's dragon, or I think Sudema's.
Can't one-shot him that easily.
Yeah. So you gotta try to break through his 10 or 11 defense that he's gonna have, which can be hard, especially since it's difficult to get to him with that much range. And he even has more range than 7. He has 10 range with his special attack, where you get to roll 1 dice at a time over and over and over again. And however many skulls, as long as you get a skull, you get to keep rolling. As soon as you don't get a skull, you stop rolling. But you get an auto skull at the end of whatever you roll. So he either gets 1, which is why it says 1+. He gets 1 or more up to infinity. Typically, you're going to get 1 or 2. But you actually have a really high chance of getting 2 or 3. And then you could even get more than that. And it's a fire line, so you can hit many people with that. If you can line it up, which is pretty difficult. But even if you can't, you can maybe get on height and get attacks of 5 from 7 range and just keep picking people off. So he's pretty dangerous for only a 120. So you get with any of this stuff. If you order any of this stuff, you get him for free, painted. So.
And he's a pretty sick looking model, so.
Now, with Samuel Brown, which is cool because he never really was officially made, but he was an official figure. He's Valiant, so the bears can bond with him, the new bears. He's only 60 points for a solid range guy with solid stats. He has Fire and Rush, so you can range 5, attack 3+, special. So Fire and Rush special attack can only be used instead of moving and attacking normally. And only if Sam Brown is unengaged. Once per turn, after attacking with Fire and Rush, if the defending figure took 1 or more wounds, you may move Samuel Brown up to 5 spaces. After moving, he may attack a figure he is engaged with. So he can shoot. If he deals a wound, he can run up and hit somebody. And you get 1 extra attack die when he does that.
Which is awesome.
So that'd be 4 plus whatever. So he's super solid for being cheap. And another character that can be like a holiday special ran unit. So that'd be cool. And oh yeah, you get him by going to tournaments October through February. So make sure you're going to those. Here they were just showing pictures of tournaments. Alex didn't get to go to any, but there I am right in the bottom middle of that one. Yeah, I got second place at that one. But Alex will get to go to one sometime. And it looks like the Umbral Covenant was still winning, but based on what I see here, we got Einar Valarik here with 2. You got Ular and Aquila with 2. And you got the Revna ones with 2 here. And I know there's one somewhere else. So they got 3. And Jandar Utgar here has only 1. So if you like Jandar and Utgar, you are in the last. Screw you, you suck. If you like Revna and Vidar, well, unfortunately I got second place at one of them and you have 3, so screw you as well. If you have Ular and Aquila, good job, we're at 2. We just need 1 more to tie for the lead. And Einar Valarik, I also love Einar, so good job to you guys as well. You have 2 so far. Let's take down Revna and Vidar and leave these guys in the dust. Alright, if you're going to these events, soon they will be offering the blue and gold Sergeant Drake 3.0. So the same Drake, but blue and gold, with these super deep blue order markers, deeper blue than the others we've had, and the silver and gold base Sergeant Drakes. And the glyph, the shiny glyph with the shiny katana. Got some more pictures. Dun, 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 dun. So World Championship, this is gonna be the shirt.
That's awesome.
Sudema and Kaiga going at it. And it's so cool with the blue and the red. That's freaking sweet. That's gonna be a cool shirt to wear. And what I'm most excited about, the winner of the World Championship 2026 gets the first, not probably golden diamond, but giant NFL style Heroscape World Championship winning ring.
Just for everyone who can't see it, Nick is drooling right now.
You'll get the first ring that they've made like this. So that'll be freaking sweet. And then I can put it in a case just like that. And then I can wear it every time I go to a tournament if I win. Or whoever wins. That'd be awesome. I would wear it every time. I don't know about you guys. Alright. Then we got Eel and Fafua at Gen Con. We knew about them already. They're nice. And I mean, yeah, that was basically what we were going to talk about. So, then they got a video back here of Thorman. It starts at, if you want to watch this, it starts around 29 minutes and 30 seconds.
To make 28.
So if you want to hop on and watch that part, that's that. And then they got a playthrough coming up. And some other stuff. What is all this? Oh, that's different stuff. Oh. Are they not doing the playthrough at 2? Huh. Weird. Maybe it's separate. But that's that. And if you guys want to leave any comments, tell us about what you're excited for. There's historicals, there's 2.0s, there's remastered. I shouldn't say 2.0s, there's remasters. And the Elf Wizards got some new guys. And you got some holiday stuff, so all super cool. I'm most excited about the ring, and then I like Ular, so I guess I'm pretty happy about them. Mm-hmm. But I think the ninjas on the bikes will be sweet. I might not use them all the time, but they'll be really cool. What about you?
I love this wave. I think it's probably one of my favorites so far. The newer stuff, just having more knights and dirks and remaster figures, and then the price value of everything is just like they'll make it easier and easier for you to want to get into Heroscape. So if you've been wondering about it, now's the time.
Yeah, if you're new to it, you can pay for unpainted squads
It's pretty
of,
much
say, Knights or McDurks, and pay $35 for like 2 of those, so 70, and then get those heroes, or maybe get the master set, and then you have some other possibilities. Use the bears with some of those other heroes that just came out.
And as Nick said at one point, the Knights, being all that silver, it's easy to paint.
Yeah. Just paint the whole thing silver, then paint the shield blue, and maybe put a little something on the shield. That's it.
So yeah, get into Heroscape, everybody.
Hopefully you enjoyed our first video in the last couple weeks. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.